Hey guys, so another look at my Esker Japhy and a little bit of insight about single speed mountain biking and why I chose to do this and to keep myself fit and why I think it's been effective for me keeping myself fit. So first, a close look at this Japhy with some of the updates and upgrades that I've done with those flow levers that really match nicely to those ergon grips. Those ergon grips are just amazing. I like these grips by Ergon with the separate little end piece here. It just adds a little more protection, I think, to the end of your bar, and you can just replace them instead of having to replace the whole grip, as opposed to the ones that are the one-piece grip. This Fox 34 has just been spot on. I'll probably get it serviced this winter, but it's been ultra smooth. Of course, those wheels are just amazing. Those are the Stance Barons. I like wide rims. They're internal width 35 millimeter, and they're laced up with sapphire spokes and aluminum nipples, and they're double butted sapphire spokes. They're not the bladed, and I like the double butted. I don't like the bladed spokes. And I have a Terravel Honcho 2.6 with a light and supple casing, so I have to keep a little bit higher air pressure because it's a thin spacing, and a thinner casing. Here comes a deer. Look at that beautiful deer. This is what I love about this. Hey buddy. So I've been seeing these deers up here. I come up here pretty much 2 or 3 times a week in the morning, and he's got a brother and a sister. I always see him walking around, or a brother and a mother, I don't know, but a beautiful mule deer. I just love nature. It's one of the things I love about mountain biking. It kind of ties in to my passion for cycling. See if I can zoom in on him a little bit. And this is more interesting than my bike as far as I'm concerned. Come on. Come on. And then my bike blows over in the wind. Sorry about that, guys. The camera's all over the place. That's how light this bike is. Of course, I had to just teeter it up there. Here you go. But anyway, they cross over here every morning. That's where I see them. Look how they rip up that mountain. So anyway, back to my bike. And it fell over on this grip, like I was saying. I think these grips have a little more protection to them. So anyway, those are Shimano XT brakes, and that's an NV stem and NV bar. It's a 25 millimeter rise bar. I wanted a little bit more rise in my Hayduke because I feel like the stack height on this is a little bit lower than the Hayduke. The Japhy just seems a little bit lower. Anyway, and it's a transfer dropper post. It's to the regular transfer. It's not the Kashima coated. I don't really think the Kashima does anything for a dropper post. Maybe the fork, yeah, obviously that's got more actuation to it, but your post, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's makes sense. I mean, if you want to spend the extra $50, go ahead. The rotors are 160 Shimano rotors, obviously the 3-layer rotors with the steel on the outside and aluminum internal. These cranks are the old race face Next SL, and they've been strong. These are from I had these on my Niner Sur 9 single speed, and I took them off there. Those are old XTR pedals. Let's see if I can get this up here without breaking it. The Ergon saddle, and Ergon saddles, I honestly, I got that because of the oil slick rails. On a single speed, you're just not on the saddle that often. The rear wheel is the same thing with the Stan's Baron rims and Hadley hubs. Now these Hadley hubs are Hadley hubs from my original single speed back when I had a Titus single speed custom made, and so they've actually have a newer version of their single speed hub. But look at how nice this hub is and how small that free hub body is. So you just have enough space for a single speed cog, and it's not a bunch of spacers in there. So I kind of like that. It makes for a wider flange in here. So the wider flange just means a stronger wheel. And that's why I think the Super Boost 157 just makes sense, because when they went to 148, they didn't really widen the flanges out too much. And the way the wheels are wider, and the people are the way the bikes are more advanced and just taking more abuse, you probably want a stronger wheel. Carbon does make it stronger, but it's still a wheel that has to be dished and stabilized with the spokes. So having wider flanges makes it more stable, and also having a wider axle spacing in the back makes your back end a little more stable. It's all connected. I use Cush core, and that really helps out, especially when you have the thinner casing of these Terravel light and supple tires. And but even with my thicker casing tires, I still use Cush core, because it's like having run flats, and it's compression dampening for a hardtail, which you need more compression dampening on a hardtail because you got no suspension. Well, not in the rear. In the front you have the fork. I don't put any extra pucks or spacers in my fork. It's just stock. I believe it has 2 spacers in there, and I just left it like that. I've never messed with that. What else is on here? The bottom bracket is a Hope bottom bracket, which, you know, on a single speed with a 30mm spindle crank, you're going to be replacing bottom brackets. So when this one goes, I actually have a set of XTR cranks that I'll be replacing it with. Oh, I forgot to mention a really nice, cool part, and I talked about this on my other, and that's a Boone titanium cog that I got put on there. Well, I bought that after I built up this bike, but it's really nice. They do a great job. It's an expensive cog. It's double the price of your Endless kick-ass cog or a wolf tooth cog, but it looks really clean, and you don't really replace cogs that much on a single speed, so they last forever. The chain is a KMC SL1. I've got a Garmin Edge 130 computer. I also use a Polar Vantage V2. I can't think if I left, I'm going to think of something I left out. Oh, the water bottle cage is a Silka. So anyway, and then the little fender is a Synchros. And the dropper lever is the Fox. I do like the wolf tooth dropper levers, but at the time they weren't available in colors. I don't think they even have an oil slick color. If they had the oil slick color, I would be replacing that thing immediately, but they only have blue. Blue would be nice too, but I left it with the Fox. At the time the blue wasn't even available, and that's pretty much the way it is, you guys. I can't think, I mean, the single speed, there's not a lot of parts. This is the stock C-post clamp. This is the stock headset that came with it. It's a wolf tooth headset. It's just a cheap headset. When I service the fork and send it back into Fox, I'll probably replace it with a King Creek or a Chris King headset, maybe a White Industries, I don't know, we'll see. And I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else, but thanks for watching, guys. Kind of got a nice little shot of that deer. It was pretty cool. So it's a long video. My bike fell down, we saw a deer, but I appreciate you guys watching and geeking out over my bike if that's what you're into. And I appreciate you watching my channel. Give me a thumbs up and thank you for watching.